Hi everyone, it's JC here with another video for you. So today, this is going to be my first impressions of my very new Boox Note Air4 C. This device is not very cheap, I have to say right out of the bat, but I was very interested because I've seen so many YouTube videos about this device and I was quite excited for several reasons. The first is because it's the first device Android that I have. I am not very familiar with Android. I come from a Mac environment, so going to an Android device, it can be a little tricky. So this video is about my personal opinion. I have to admit that I have I've had some struggles. I'm still struggling to learn the system, but at the same time, I enjoy it because it's like a challenge to me. So the first thing you can see, this is a tablet. It's a 10.3 inches tablet, which is also something I'm very excited about because having such a big screen is a first for me because my e-readers, they have Kobo and Kindle, they are 7 inches, which is quite okay for you to read an ebook. But for instance, if you want to read a magazine, for instance, then they can be a little cramped, a little small. So the idea of having a bigger tablet, especially, for reading PDF files or a digital magazine, was something that I've been, considering for a while. And now I have it. So the Boox is a very popular device. It is also color and it comes with a magnetic pen. I have to say that writing on this, it's such a pleasure because of iPads and computers and cell phones. I mean, we usually just type everything, but when I have to write, sometimes I feel like I'm out of practice, and this is really crazy. Being able to combine the writing possibility with a device like this, where I can also access my ebooks, it's an amazing thing to do, and I was just very curious. So this one is really working okay for me. I still have a lot of things to learn. Right out of the box, it is not very easy to use. I think that if you are used to Android system, you might have less trouble going around the settings because this thing has so many settings that I could get lost in them. So it's something that you have just to take time. I just got this a couple of days ago, and I have to admit that I already learned a lot of things. I already sort of adapted it to my way of working, and so far so good. So writing on this thing is so nice. It's really like writing on paper. The pen slides through the screen, and I mean, I'm not sure if this is a glass screen, but the thing is, it really feels like writing on paper, and it is so crisp. I mean, it's just a pleasure. And if you get something wrong, you can use the lasso tool for you just to delete what you did wrong. You can save your notes, and apparently you can also sync with Boox cloud system. This is something that I also have to learn more about. I have to admit that there are so many great YouTube channels out there with savvy people who know a lot about this system. Not to mention the official YouTube channel from Boox, where they also have very nice tutorials that will teach you how to navigate this device the best way possible. So it is a learning process, and I'm quite excited about it. What I also love about this device is that because of the big screen, you can actually have a bigger ebook page with many more text, and I just love being able to just stay in one page and read so much instead of just keep flipping them. Of course, that also depends on the kind, the size of the text, which you can also manipulate, but that happens to all e-reader systems. I just love that. The fonts that come with the original books, I don't like them very much, so I learned how to install my own fonts. Actually, I copied the fonts from my MacBook and I pasted them into the hard disk of this thing, and it works amazingly. So now I have the very familiar fonts that I'm used to, and I can apply them to my books because personally, I don't really like the fonts that come originally with the device. But then again, it's a personal opinion, but I am so happy that you can actually adapt it. You can install different fonts just to your taste and make it more and more your device. And this is what I love about it. You can also choose a sort of wallpaper. I actually chose this one. I think it's so cute. Look at that. But they also have different ones that you can actually download from the system itself. Also, what I enjoy is that I have a Zinio. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but Zinio is a digital application with thousands of different magazines, very popular magazines like entertainment, people, movie magazines, beauty magazines like Vogue, Elle, whatever. And they have so many different subscriptions. So if you subscribe to one of those magazines, you can actually download them into your Zinio application and just read them. And because this is a 10.3 inches device, so the PDF file that you download from the Zinio application, I mean, just reads beautifully. And of course, if there are for instance, pages with very small lettering, you can just double tap on the article that you want to read. You can read it perfectly, but also it's reflowable. I think that's the word. You can reflow the text. So if you choose the text version, so certain articles on the magazine will just be transformed into text, and then you can even increase or reduce the size of the text. So it is amazing, but also if you want to read it in a magazine PDF format, it's also big enough for you to enjoy your magazine. And what is most beautiful, obviously you could have that on an iPad, for instance, but the beauty of this is that because this is an e-ink display, so it doesn't hurt your eyes, you can actually read for hours and you will not be tired. I just love this device. Another thing is, if you like comic books, for instance, you can download comic books from from your favorite site, and you can read them on the device. I am not much of a comic book reader, but I mean, if you like that, the ones that you can get from Playbooks, from Google Books, I believe, they have a very special settings. So for instance, when you are reading the bubbles, you just double click on the bubble and it becomes bigger so you can read it better. And I think it's quite a very interesting experience. So if you really like comic books, this is something that you're going to love it, because besides the colorful screen, it's again very comfortable to the eyes, and you can read it inside with the internal light, or you can also read outside because it works perfectly. The more lights you have, the better, because again, this is an e-ink display. Now, when it comes to books, to ebooks, you have to remember that you can side load books onto this device, but they cannot be DRM protected. Obviously, if you have books from Kobo, from Kindle, they have different formats. You can still access your books here because this is an Android device. That means that if you go to the Google Store, you can download the Kobo application, the Kindle application, the Playbook application from Google, and all the books that you have purchased online, even if they are DRM protected, you can access them because obviously you are inside your account. So you can download your applications, log into your account, and boom, you have access to all your books. However, if you really want to sideload books apart from any applications, they cannot be DRM protected because otherwise this device will not read it. For instance, Kobo, you can sideload DRM protected books because Kobo is connected to Adobe Digital. So if you open your application, Adobe Digital Editions, open the book and then transfer it to Kobo, it will accept because they are working together. Unfortunately, that does not work here. I thought that by going to opening my Adobe Digital application and trying to transfer the books to here would work, but unfortunately it does not. And I actually went looking for information and I got the answer that unfortunately Boox does not support the Adobe Digital application. You will have access to all your books that you buy even if they are protected, as long as you are opening the books from inside the applications that you have, Kobo, Kindle, Google Books, then it's fine. You can just open them here and read them without any problem. But you can also sideload PDF files, for instance, for documentation. You can download them here and you can open them and work them perfectly fine. They are amazing. So this was basically my first impressions of this device. I am loving it so far. I am learning a lot, and I mean, there's still a lot to learn. But I mean, if you are interested in having just an e-reader, I'm not sure if this is something that you need to buy because, like I said, it is not a cheap device. If you just want an e-reader to read ebooks, then I think a smaller e-reader like 7 inches will do just fine. You can even have them in color if you prefer. But if you are interested in really taking notes and writing long notes, I think this is something that you might want to consider. Another thing that I wanted to share with you is the case. I mean, I didn't buy the original case from Boox because I thought it was a little too expensive. So I got this one on Amazon. It is a very nice cover. I actually already filled it with stickers about reading. I just love it. I just made it my own. But I mean, the material is super nice. Inside you have this little tray where you just attach the e-reader, the tablet here. And what I love about this case is that you can just turn it like this for you just to read, but you can also use it this way so you can also read it standing. And the good thing about this is that if you have a Bluetooth keyboard, you can actually turn on the Bluetooth setting on the device and you can connect your Bluetooth keyboard to it and you can type on it just like you type on a computer or on an iPad. And I just think this is amazing. Of course, this is something that you can do with any other tablet. But having the possibility to do the same, to write your texts on this e-reader device as a note, I think it's super nice. So this was my very first impression of the Boox Note Air4 C. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Have a fabulous day.